who have been with us, and it is going far than I had thought, because day by day we get to learn more, and I think it's also pushing me to do much of the research so that we get to learn. And the learning is not only on your end to our listeners, also or our participants, also to me, because sometimes sitting back and listening through these programs, I also get to learn more. And when I present, like today, I also must have done some few research here and there, so that when I come before you, I am well equipped. So thank you all and welcome. I know that most of us are looking into L&D, and it's an area that that will still remain being relevant and even forever. People keep on learning, and learning and development is one key thing that will separate us from machines, because our learning is innate, and we learn because our brain cells keep on growing, and we have so many brain cells. So the more we learn, the more intelligent we become. So HR practitioners have been given a chance that they own the learning and development space within the companies. So what do we do with it? We have been doing learning and development in our companies, and I know there are people within this program, within this platform, who are holding positions of learning and development managers, officers, instructors, and all that within their companies. And we'll want to also to give them a chance that they also share what their thought process is all about. But I won't come in straight to learning and development to start teaching us what it's all about, but I'm coming in terms of human resource management systems. So what are these systems that you keep talking about, and how do they align to our needs as a company? So we have got systems. Everybody, everywhere else, we're talking about transformation, and people are buying systems left, right, and center. Finance are changing theirs, sales are they are having theirs. Even engineering, those who are doing safety and health, the kitchen staff, everyone is having systems. We also have our own. So how do we make use of our system? So before I go deeper, I just want to share with us that this program is brought to you by S&Ns, a company that I run. And this company, we help in terms of HR consultancy. We do HR systems. If you want to launch a HR system in your company, then we would be able to offer you guidance from how do you do a correct RFP, how do you get to evaluate which system is good enough for your company, and even implementing the system up to where it's being used. So that's what we do majorly, and we're also big on HR analytics. I feel that I really love very much. Now, for our program here is sponsored by WorkPay, who have allowed us that we can use their system to learn as HRs. Sometimes what I realized, even when I come from university during those days, nobody was willing to give us a system to work with. And I remember the first time I learned about a system, I went to YouTube to check, and I couldn't even see it very well. What I was learning, I can't remember. But nowadays, system providers are giving us chances that we can use their systems to learn. So we are having WorkPay, which is a HR system, fully developed. And they told me that they are looking into performance management part of it, which has been lacking, and it's coming up. So that will be a good one for us to look into it. We have got HRMIS. The second one there is HRMIS. HRMIS is also a HRIS that does end-to-end of HR. It's also complete. FinClock is another HR system that also offers HR services. And HR Metrics Analytics is my mobile application that I did to help us calculate metrics. So it is available on Play Store. Those who are on Android phones, you can get just by searching HR Metrics and Analytics. That's my application that I launched, and thanks to Jellican, because before I started developing it, I went for motivation. So he always my energizer. And he said that just do it. So I did it, and there we have an app developed by a HR person. Then Paragon People Solutions is a HR consultancy firm that should you be looking for HR services, you'd be glad when you get Paragon on your side. So Now, in the box that we see there, there is U, which means information system. There are so many systems out there that we need to actually get to understand as HR, because I don't know how you will solve a case with a finance person, the boss saying that he dodged work or did not do the work properly using QuickBooks. I don't know how QuickBooks work. So as a HR, you need to up your game when it comes to systems. You need to understand the little basic of how these things are done. And it means that you need to expand your knowledge in other areas. And that is one thing that HRs are known for. We have a little bit of every knowledge to help us maneuver the HR. That's why we are also, some other time, we're also lawyers, we're also psychologists, we are coaches, we are everything. So we need to enhance. So that's why we're doing this, to just enhance our information systems knowledge. So in the HRMIS framework, why we are having you is just to tell us that we have a system that also integrate with our HR system. So today ours was on learning management system as part of human resource management system. So in HR systems that you will get in the market, all systems that you will get, they will come with a core HR part. So core HR is what will contain user management, user administration in terms of accounts for users, creating an employee, modifying an employee, deleting, authorizing, and security issues. That one comes with a core HR. So anything that you'll get, whether it is an LMS, payroll system, training, and all that, they will have a core HR bit of it. So someone should not sell to you a core HRMIS alone, or they should be sold separately. It has to come with other things, because payroll will depend on employee information. It will depend on employee details that you have to key in. So when you're buying a system, the core HR will always come for free. Now you will be charged for using payroll module. You will be charged for using learning management module or a training module. You'll be charged for using leave, attendance, because core HR has to be there. It is the backbone of the HR system. So let us now drift to LMS. LMS is just part of HR system that now deals with learning and how do we manage learning in a system-based. Currently, I know that when we're doing our report, sometimes we have to look for data here and there from papers and all that. So we are saying that we can have a learning management system where now everything is done on the system. So what are the components of LMS and what do they contain? How are we going to use this? Yeah, so part of LMS is course management. So you will have courses within LMS, learning management system. So you can create a course, you can add course materials, you can manage course schedules, meaning this course should take 3 hours, 4 hours. You can assign instructors to that course. And you can also assign employees to this course. Remember that we're saying that the core HR will give you people to assign the course. That's why we need core HR, but attach LMS on it. So one part of LMS is that it must have a course management section where you find courses, our courses. Yeah, so there you'll find courses that have been done in a given way, stored there. Then number 2 is now content management, part of it. So this is where now people go at the back end and create the content, where the content is stored, and where you can now get the presentations, the quizzes, and assessments. Remember, when you're doing a course, yeah, as you do the content, you will always find that within the content that you have, which parts do I have that will be assessments, which part requires discussions, which part. So that is also done within LMS. And LMS should give you a space that you be able to manage the course, the content of a given course. And now this part, that's why now you come in and say, this content that I have, should it be in in a video format, should it be in a presentation format, be in Excel format, and all that. So this is where we do the management of it. Then, are you able to assess and evaluate the trainings? And we have, all of us, I know we are HRs, and we were taken through LMS, our learning and development, and we learned about Kirkpatrick's model of training evaluation. So Jellican, I would want to get feedback from our team about Kirkpatrick's model of evaluation.
Kindly on your chart, tell us the four indicators of the Kirkpatrick. Those who remember it, how do you assess? On your chart, you can write what it is.
You just wouldn't say that there are 4.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Yeah.
Hey, first, my friend, you have brilliant people here. Rachel, behavior, Agnes, results and behavior, reaction, Rachel. Then we have behavior modification. Jared Odinda, I've not seen your name. I know you know them.
Okay, so just very fast, so I can save on time now, because I also just to reiterate what you already know, is that when assessing and evaluating a training, then we have to look at one is the engagement of the trainer, which is the lowest part of the evaluation, is just to check engagement. So this can be done by both the trainer and the trainee. Yeah. So engagement evaluation, we just want to get the feeling. How was the training? How was Nelson training today? Was he lively? Did you like the way he was speaking about his dress code and all that? Then I can also be asked why. I can also be able to rate, to assess my trainees and ask them how, and then give my feedback of how I saw my trainees. Were they responsive to my training? How are they behaving? So that you can actually work on that next time. So second level is the knowledge acquisition. Yes, you came in not knowing 1 + 1 is equals to 2. So after that, if I give you a test, a quiz, can you now get correct answers by learning what you already, what you've been trained now? So can you now do 1 + 1 to be 2? So the third level would be now the behavior change, where we are saying you could not say hello very well to our customers, or you could not smile. So during training, you learned how to smile. Then now, because customers have been coming, have you been smiling? Have you seen a change that out of 10 customers, 5 now say that you are smiling with them? And now, the last part will be the ROI, where we'll be able to say that last time a customer gave us 4 or an NPS of 7 because they didn't like how you smile or you didn't smile. But today you are getting a 9 NPS because of how you smile. So that will become an ROI. And I'll continue saying this to HR, that ROI must not only be on the financial side. Remember that we are social scientists, and our ROIs can cut across financial, economic, and social ROIs. So those ones can always be our ROIs, not always that we need to be financial, because we are social scientists and people that we deal with are not only on financial basis. So now LMS should be able to give you a space where you can actually evaluate your trainings. You can give quizzes, they can answer, and all that continue. Then now LMS also gives in reporting and analytics part of it, where it actually picks the information that already been shared with or how learning has been taking place in the platform, and now giving you a report, giving you insights. And I'll be able to demonstrate here just using my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it. I didn't think of one day saying that, but once I'll be sharing where we host these trainings, right? So that you see what is YouTube telling me as now as my LMS, where I post my trainings, people follow through. So what kind of reports am I getting there? Are they useful to me? Yeah. So LMS should also be able to give you that space where you can get insights. And the last one, LMS gives you a space for communication between you and your trainees. So are trainees able to give you feedback of the training? Can you say that I posted a video today in your LMS and communication is sent to all employees that we have a new training? That's a communication part of it. Or so and so you have been assigned this kind of training. Or I have requested for a training. Can I get notification as a manager that I have this training notification? So that forms the part of LMS, Learning Management System. And we have various learning management systems. And as we move forward, we'll be able to bring them in. Now we see how does a learning management system look like? And I'll give you examples, is that if you go to LinkedIn, has got a learning part of it. So LinkedIn has got a learning management system side of it that is embedded and in LinkedIn itself. So it has got all these parameters, all these features that will be enabling proper learning. And now we say that all systems always lead us to reporting and analytics. Remember, what we are currently having about artificial intelligence, all of them are built on correct data that can be analyzed and give more insights. And that's why technology is becoming key for every company, so that we can consume data that we get. And by using systems, we get more data than we had thought about, right? So I don't know, some of us are asking now, for us who doesn't have access to LMS, what happens? Now, within systems that are being sold, sometimes because LMS is like a school where you find everything there, instructors, students, everything is there, right? So if you're having a HR system that is built, most of them are built with the training module, which is a subset of an LMS, meaning a smaller LMS. And most of the training modules in systems will carry with them for HR, meaning the employee details that you already talked about. They'll give you a chance to administrate these trainings or to administrate training. So that you can issue training to an employee, so that you can upload a training. Yeah, you can assess trainings. Then some of the training modules will also have training need identification as part within the training module. We'll also have training calendars in the systems. In a library, library here is the same as course management or content management, where we have got content kept. So up to there, I want to move us now to two systems where we'll be able to see how do they look like, and are we able to get are we able to experience training module? If you haven't, then we'll be able to see one, and then I'll also share a demo link where you can go and actually.
There is somebody who is
yeah, already muted. That's okay.
Okay.
So you're saying that now we're now moving now to the next part where we are able to share the system that we have and what they can do. So Jellican, don't know if there's anything from the chat that you can bring about before as we transition to the demos part of it.
Not yet, but we can continue putting our comments, our questions on our chat. Questions, additions, subtractions, room for improvement. We can go on.
Okay.
The video will be available. For those people who are asking, the video will be available when it is done. Okay.
Yeah, so just to clear on that, we do nowadays, we do a live recording also on YouTube. And I can also share the link there with us so that we can actually transition. For those of us, that link will stay with within the channel, where we can actually come back later on and watch the training. So if you're not able to attend the full training. So yes, I'm moving to the next one. Now, where we can now get to experience, because that is the major bit of us doing the HR Tech Talks, is that are we able to experience these systems that are there, that are available to us? So I'm sharing a different screen now. Okay. So I talked about LMS, and I will say that now. Assume that, or not assume, but actually, YouTube gives us a platform that also looks like, that is also more of an LMS. So I uploaded trainings. We do trainings and also have them on the YouTube channel. So YouTube channel gives us a space here where we can actually do the analytics and check. Already what they do is that they pick the data that is there and move them up, down, calculate, that is, and give us some insights. So they're able to tell me overview of my channel, how things have been moving. So now I can see how is this. So if this was a company, then you'll be able to see that how many trainees are actually training and which course are they getting to learn about. So from here, I can see that the five powerful AI tools is the one that has got a lot of views because people might be looking forward to it. So now, as an LLD professional, then now you know that now I need to put focus on this training if it was that serious to the team members. So I want to go back and ask the team members, what was good about the training that you get to watch it for even a longer period than others? Why are all of us going to watch it? What can we do different? So the analytics that LMS gives you helps you in in the betterment of your training or learning content development or learning management. So you can again see that under my content here shows that what are these guys coming to learn? Yeah. So who are them that are coming? Who are my viewers? And which one are they liking? So this is part of just to show us, if you had an LMS, which I'll also bring for us an LMS here, we see how it works and we'll still enjoy that. So for now, just giving this as a quick overview for us just to understand that. So now I have two systems here. You say that WorkPay had allowed us to use their system so that you can just get to understand what it does. And should you want more demo on the same, I'll give you a link where you can actually request for the demo. HRMIS already have their demo online, so we'll also share the same so that you can just go and look into it. So now let's start with WorkPay because their trainings that they have here is more of now the administration part of it. Remember, we say that administration part of the trainings can be compressed, where we do course management and all that. So here they've compressed it now only to trainings. So administration bit of it, where you can come and create a training. So what happens within WorkPay platform, they have got the employee modules. And now within the employee modules, they have got a training as a sub-module within it. So this training here, what it allows us in the WorkPay platform is that it only allows us to do training settings where you can come and add a training. So here I've added a training. Maybe I wanted to track, so I want to send 3 employees to training with Nelson on HR systems. So I'll create that training here as an L&D. I've identified that training as an L&D coordinator or L&D manager. So the training should be taking, let's say, 1 month, and it requires certification after completion. So I will want to say require certification so that once they come back from the training, then they will upload for me that certificate in the system. So there's nothing like, I brought it to your office, I didn't find you, I left it on the desk, I don't know whether it was lost or not. So we are now clearing those kind of issues of I didn't find you, whether this happened. So the training certificate will be uploaded. So once I save the training, then now I'll be able to go back again to the trainings and now add the employee to training. So now I'll be able to select my employees, the ones that I want to train. So maybe I want to train John Chege. John Chege is the one that will be identified to go for that training. And I will say it was HRIS, starting in, so I can give from 23rd, and because I know this training is done online, it can maybe end on 2nd. So that period is when John Chege needs to do that training. So it's online or where. So in those days, I should get that training. So then I submit. So now in John Chege's portal, you'll be able to see that I've been given a training. And actually you see that WorkPay is giving us access employee assigned training successfully. So meaning now the employee has got the training, and you can see down here that the employee has been given training. So now, once the employee has done the training, so what I'll come back here, I'll come and say the employee completed the training. So once I mark as complete, so John Taylor completion, they are saying yes, submit. Because now I know that he has trained. So now it changes now to complete. And John should have already given certificate. So consider here that it's still asking that require certificate be uploaded. And remember, John Tonu is still part of our training today. He's here when she talked about documentation of HR. So part of the document that we're also keeping is that we're keeping the training records. So when the training record is given here, we have the certificate. Now we can come and say, so either you can acknowledge the training or upload the certificate first before we move forward. So remember that I'm on the admin side, so I can actually do both. I can say that it's okay, proceed, or upload the certificate. So it must be uploaded. So then I'll have to wait until it does it. Then I can now say that this training is now acknowledged and that it's stored. So one thing is that Workday gives that the platform of what training coordinators or instructors do currently, where you have to continually keep on the records of who trained what, when, and all that. So they can actually do them on their side and complete. So yours is to just come and look into it. Now, on the flip side, we have got HRMIS, which is giving us a training platform. So we have got a training here, which has got an e-library where you can now host trainings, the training material. But now here is only on PDF and PowerPoint for now. Then needs identification, you can do need identification. You can also do a trainer identification, who is the trainer within the company for this training. Remember, when we are looking at the LMS side, we said there was a part for administration, user management, where I saying that it comes with the core, where you can identify who is the instructor, who is the learning person. Then you can schedule training. You can do pre and post test feedback, and you can now check on learning index, who has learned and what. So that's part of the reports. So that quickly is that when you log in into HRMIS, it always give you a part here where you can do announcements. So nowadays, don't pin things on the walls and on the notice boards in our companies. Most of us nowadays, what we do them on the system. Yeah. So once you do them on the system, the best thing is that it allows your team members to get a prompt that they have an announcement in there and their portal, so they can go and get it. So this person here, Vivek, is a manager, and now he has got his self-service portal where he can do things as an employee. And also there is a space. Now he can see the module learning and growth, which is a training module. He can also see it from his end because he's also a manager. So now he has got two parts to see, and also the reports. So on his we are on his dashboard already get notification here that there is some notification on his e-library. There's something there. What he needs to approve. This one here is for him. This is what he needs to approve. What he needs to learn. The thing that also there for him. So all these are now just giving the notifications about what's going on within the system. So let's check on my training. So now this is an employee, what the employee will see from their end. Now, because Vivek is a manager and also an employee, he will be able to access the e-library as one by submission, meaning he's a trainer. He can actually upload a training. So you have a supervisor. Remember, you might be working in a hotel. You're not a chef. So your chef is good at preparing, preparing some of the, let's say some of the food stuffs. Yeah. So now what happens is that now he can actually do a good document on the same and upload here. So you don't need to, it doesn't need to come to HR to upload. So the manager himself come and upload a training. That's what will be there under my submission. So he can be able to see the e-library that is already there, what he uploaded. So this part here is to allow him upload, yeah, and then view library just to see which trainings are there that he can see from his end, and then assign e-library. So here, this is where now, as a manager, I have uploaded my training on developing HACCP, let's say HACCP procedure. So I've done that and brought it up here in the system. So I want to, who should train? So I'll come and assign employees as a manager. Again, remember that HR, we are enablers of all these things that happens in the companies. We're the one that does everything. So our part now will end where we come in as HR and be able to support the managers do their work better. So how do we do that? By helping them with a system that can actually do what? Give them a space, they can assign the trainings and all that. So once it's done, you're able to see that. So my learnings is now as an employee, what are his learnings? So the thing that he needs to learn. So if he had some trainings here, then he could be having them. So TNA said this is a training need identification based training on what he had requested. The upcoming, which is already set by maybe supervisor is setting the training that he didn't plan for, but the learning, this is just a way of doing their things. They're saying that, okay, I want a body to learn with me. So like now we might say that whatever we're doing here is body learning. We're learning from each other. Yeah. So it can also be within the system. Now, also as a manager and employee, now he'll also be able to do need identification. He can now come in as an employee and now say that I want to upload my TNI so that it goes to the system. Yeah. The same time, he'll be able to see a calendar that has been set for him on various things I need to learn. And now if he's a new employee, then you also get induction training. So all this should result into a report. Because remember that we say that if you're having a system, then you should always be having a report coming out. So the reports are of various types. You can actually get any report that you want, but now let's just try the TNI. So let us assume that you've done a training analysis, identification, and you want the report. So let's see how. So once we select some of the few parts, now you can select the training, the name type of the training. So do you want the full name of an employee, the location of the trade of the employee, the group, the grade? These now depend with your company. How have you customized your company, or how does the structures look like? Then you'll get the report. It can be reduced, or it can even be made longer, depending on what you'd want. So let us see that report. I could have viewed the report instead of downloading. Let's see. Yeah. So already it's giving us, but Excel will be better. Whatever the downloaded will be better so that I can show it up. So allow me. Okay, so this is now from the report. Now you are now the empowered L&D manager or L&D structure or the chief of HR where you are. Now the team has done their training and identification. So now you have a report like this on now which areas you want to look into. So we have got now the report structure will depend with how you want it again. Remember, this is just a demo that has come from the system. So let's pick Mary Brown, who has done is her TNI. So she's saying that current knowledge on Excel is only 2. Yeah, maybe a 2 out of 5. But she desired to have a skill up to level 3. So the gap between where she is and what she wants to learn is 1. A criticality can be A. So in our case, is A to mean critical, B, C, and D. So if it is D not critical enough for us to go with agency. So we now be seeing that now we need to train Mary, because Mary Brown is a vice president. So vice president who doesn't know how to use Excel is a problem. Yeah. So now, how do we look into that? So we want to see how many people have got A, so that we can see how urgent it is. What are the courses that we need to bring in? Who do we need to bring in as a trainer? Who can train? Depending on the designations, who has handled top management, or is it only people of a lower cadre that are asking for this training. So all those now you can base a decision on, you can now base a decision on report that you are getting. So you look at presentation now, this is now on the presentation model. So where is she and what would you want to get? What is the gap? What is the criticality? The same thing. So a report will come out, and that's why I was saying that now you as L&D manager, L&D professional that already now understands a report like this when it comes out, you ask now will just to get a few insights and make proper decisions that will guide the company to the next level. Yeah. So now after this that I've just shown you how this what a training module will do, then now I believe that you are now equipped. You can now go and now start discussing if you need a training system. Do you need an LMS type of a system, or do you need just a module within your company, depending on how far your company is, because you might not be needing the full system otherwise, right? So now what is the future of L&D with this system that you already have? Yeah. What is now the future of L&D with systems we have? So I don't know, Richard, whether there is anything in our chat. If not, we'll proceed with our learning.
Yeah, there is nothing.
Okay.
I can see somebody saying the discussion is significant and of great importance. How can one open his own HR consultants company amid implementing the HR? That question will be answered once we are done with the presentation. All right, you can proceed.
Yeah. So now we are asking ourselves, what is the future? And not even the future, because I just said the current world of L&D. And number one is personalization of trainings. Yeah. So nowadays, because we know, we now, from what we have just seen in that report, we can see what do people prefer to learn about. Just check on my, what I've just shared on my YouTube channel. See that now most people watch the AI tools more than other training. So should I be training more of AI things to HR than whatever we are doing now? It's now for me to come and check, okay, even if I wanted to train on AI, who am I targeting particularly? So I can now personalize and customize training to given individuals. And as an L&D guru, you'll be able now to even tailor coaching, able to draw a path for someone so that they can follow that path. You can do training plans. Yeah. So that's number one. The number two is micro learning. Now, how many of us are in TikTok? It's the shortest part where you can get short videos, right? So
yeah,
if you TikTok has got now two parts. There are parts for training and the entertainment. So before we used to go there to see which is the new dancing style, but realize that now TikTok is more than just that. You now find that there are people there who are sharing knowledge in short and small bites. And now YouTube has also come up with YouTube Shorts. I don't know whether you've seen it. They're now looking at, okay, people to learn. But what is the span of people concentration? Actually, I'm also wondering, people who started with me 50 minutes ago, are they still there? What if I would do this into bits and share bits, so that now if I had now my own LMS, now I would put this presentation that has taken me 1 hour into small bits of 10 minutes so that people can actually learn and they'll get it. So these ones now can see that people are learning through mobile apps, there are video, digital platforms, they are everywhere. Then there's part of gamifications, where now we are able to bring assessment, simulations, and challenges to people to learn. AI, which is now very powerful, doing admin tasks and helping us with the future predictions. You've just seen that my YouTube channel already giving me analysis without me doing it, without them doing it. So it's already what has already been done prior. So now it's just using the AI, just doing whatever it was told to do and continually doing it. And in most cases, sometimes look at FAQs in a system. FAQs, like when you open some systems, even on the demo on the browsers, they'll always tell you I am so and so here to help you. And then start asking questions. Where can I find this? It gives you an answer. So that's also a way that people are also using to get learned. So using chatbots, where you can go ask questions and they give back. And actually, I don't know whether it's Oracle or there's a company that's already developing a machine that is a robot that is a psychologist, where they have put in all data. So you go talk to a robot, they'll pour yourself to the robot, and now will suggest 1 to 3 things for you to do. And you're even seeing it. Even today, if you go to ChatGPT, which we checked, and say that ChatGPT, I am sick on this and this and this line. What can I do? You try to give you some of the few solutions. The problem is that what we talked about is that the problem would be that remember ChatGPT, most of the data that it has, most of it must not come from Africa. So you don't know our problems. That's the only thing. So we also need to feed it with more data on our problems that it can also, or our ideas, so it can also give us the accurate answers. And the last one is virtual reality. VR, I don't know, those of us who have watched, who have gone to these malls. Nowadays, I see them in malls everywhere. There's virtual reality games that are being played. Yeah. And pilots, nowadays you even have games on simulation that you can actually see and feel like you are within the aeroplane or within the car. The ambience and all that is created so that you feel like in that environment. You experience the environment of a real world while you're not there. So L&D is getting to that aspect. So if you are an L&D manager today and you're not here, or you want to be an L&D person, then your focus should be more on the other side. But remember that you must also keep your eyes on normal day-to-day activities in HR and in people, because again, people change very fast. Tomorrow they might be lacking VR, but all of a sudden they say we don't want VR, or things happen that might not be, but people always remain the same. So you need to just learn more. You must first learn more of people aspect, then now bring in the tech to help you deliver on your role. And thank you, Jellican, and the participants for listening.
Thank you very much. Our Trendsetter HR, we have enjoyed, we have learned a lot. There are a couple of questions that have been asked. One of the questions, how can we start a consultancy with a focus on human resource information systems? Nelson, any insights on how we should start a HR consultancy with a focus on management information systems?
No, I think that's a business model that someone just need to write a business model. Who do they want to target on the HRMIS? And remember that this is a service industry again, which we talk about product as system becoming a product, but it's more of a service delivery. And actually, you have seen that as time goes by, we will have all systems having the same thing. The problem now will be on who provides the best customer service. So then just need to, I would advise the person just to write down the business model, what they would want to do within the HR space. And HR systems are wide. Just like I've said, you will never find one HR system with everything. So again, where does he want to focus? Is it on L&D systems or LMS systems alone, payroll systems, or all inclusive, all that? So they have to develop a model.
Very good. Yeah. Very good. Felix is reminding me that we have got visitors from around the globe. We have visitors from Nigeria. We have visitors from Ghana. We have visitors from Rwanda. We have visitors. Welcome. Enjoy our discussion about HR technology, how to marry human resource and technology, because technology is the in thing. As technology develops, we also need to develop our human resource management. The other question is, sometimes, in fact, from a strategic point of view, heads of departments should be able to spearhead these systems, how can you be able to carve them or make them understand how they're supposed to apply this system within organizations, such that, for example, human learning and development becomes a successful component of the organization?
Do we have the experts here who can actually first give us the ROI on learning and development? Because sometimes it won't even be on the systems alone. This is a manager who does not embrace a system, already doesn't embrace L&D. You know, they're talking about, again, we're talking about change management, where we are saying that today, a manager is not only, if you are a production manager, you're not there to run the machine. You are there to help people that run the machine do it efficiently. So if they understand their role in people management, then they're able to actually embrace systems that will enable them do their work. Because it's the same people that will find them embracing new technology on production. People will embrace new systems, or if you go into engineering field or health and safety, or even engineering, nowadays they have got building management system. They'll embrace building management system very well, that they make sure that it's running very well. So why would they not embrace L&D? It's because they've not understood that one of their role, the key role that they need to do is learning and development, and developing their own people through learning process. So should we as HR give proper ROI and take our team members on their role on people management, then embracing systems you see now just come in to help to make even our work easier. Remember someone who must give a report of how the team is being developed. Tell them that now for you to do that report very easily, we have a system. Yeah. So you don't continue training because you want to focus on growing your sales as a sales manager. What you need to do is that just upload your training on the system and assign your employees. So you need to sell the ROIs of how are they going to save their time? How will this help them manage their team better or increase productivity? So I believe that part of change management process, that is very number one. How do we shift the mindset, the change management? Then number two, how I'll also close on this is that, do they understand their role in people management? Then, so once that one is done, then I think things work out easily.
And I bet this is a part of change management, because you have got to understand why people should embrace change, why people resist change, and how you should overcome resistance to change. So it is there's a component to change management that you need to understand, such that you can be able to convince heads of department that systems are good for the organizations in terms of cost management and other components. There is a question that is Zoom part of virtual learning and development?
Yes, now Zoom has become very key. Apart from just meeting, is also part of LMS, because it has got the aspects of what we talked about. It has got the aspect of content management, where now the thing that I do here, if I record them, they'll go to Zoom and they'll save them for me if I have space there, so that I can give password, you can go and log in. Zoom also has a course management, where I'll be able to develop a few courses and place them there for my team members who can actually access. So it has got that component that able to give us the opportunity to run Zoom as also an LMS, because it's giving us the platform on how to train, on which to train on, the way we're training now. And also I can also go embed this training there. And within my company, I can also assign a few people, instructor modes of coming in and learning in there, or doing the trainings. The same to what teams are also doing. So it is there, and it is one of them, of the training or of the learning management system that we have. Though now they are playing two roles for meetings and all, and the same as learnings.
Thank you, Nelson. Let's just say a HR professional here wants to buy a system, what are some of the considerations that they should put in place so that they can be able to purchase a system that will serve the intended purpose?
Okay. First, I would refer this person to our Tech Talk number 3. It was ultimate guide to acquiring HR system, where we said that first what you need to do is need to check your need as a company. What do you want to do? Yeah, as a company, or what are we doing as a company? What if you automate can actually bring value to us? Then have you sought for approval for this HR system within the company, or do you have the approval itself? Are you the one managing this budget that you can now say that, okay, now I'm going to the market? Number 2 is that if you don't have a good terms of reference, you as a person giving it out to those who have systems, then you might get a wrong system providers telling you that they have systems. So now you also need to develop a proper TOR and send it out that now you can now get you can now get qualified same providers coming to bid for the same. Now, number 3, you now need to have professionals alongside you. These are teams that coming from ICT part of it. You need to have some of the users coming in and other few managers to just help you get the buy-in. Before you buy, they have to look at it and say, okay, if I were to manage leave for my staff, what will it cost me to manage leave on WorkPay, HRMIS, FinClock? So that this manager can say, okay, I see for these 3 systems, actually all of them are easy to use. So I will actually pick any of them. So they can give you a chance to go and test the 3 or to pick any of the 3. So you also need to get the buy-in from the system, the system users. Remember, you are just a provider of solution. They'll be using the solution to support their performance. So then now the last one is that now, if you are not able to set a good system, then you need to call people like me to come in and help you say that this system, I have looked at it, and there are 1, 2, 3 things that you might know that you might be missing today, but tomorrow you might need them. So are they able to custom make that system for you in future? So is there scalability of that system? Scalability meaning that it is not fixed that today once you bought this module, you cannot buy the other module. Or sometimes there are systems that are very good, but then there's no linkages between one module to another module. So that's where now you might also want expert advice on how does a system run fully that you can bring in the productivity. So there's other aspects that you need to look into. And also the last one we're talking about, having the IT person from your company, is the hosting, security, and all that you also need to have for your system to do what? To be running optimally. Remember, you can be having a good system, but your server space is so small. So what happens? It will be so slow, or a server is slow. Or you can take a system to the cloud, then it get hacked, all the employee details get lost. So you need to also look into those. And the mass that will be playing a lot part is how many employees do you have? And does it bring in the cost benefit analysis? If you do it, what do you get? And can you mention your ROIs? Yeah.
Thank you, Nelson. That is a very captivating response to the question of what are the considerations? What factors do you consider when buying a system? And I can feel by intuition, people like Gideon, Otieno, Gladys Karemi, Godfrey, Monica Onyango, wondering, are these systems going to take our jobs away?
I think that one is, I've not lost my job. Actually, I've been changing jobs because systems are there to help us package yourself very well. We said this last time, that let ChatGPT give you a B. Then because you're a human being born with your own intelligence, make that B an A so that you shine. So we have systems that are already there. We checked on ChatGPT the other time and we are saying how good it is. But without your skills as a human being, then it will not actually help you. then the machine, like now you have the HR system, it will not work without you doing something on it. YouTube will not, LMS will not give you a report without having good data into it. So how do you get good data? By someone keying the good data. So what will happen is that you won't lose your job. Your job will only be enhanced, or will be changed to something else. Now, if we had a HR administrator earlier, now they'll be called system administrators, because you are not now doing the filing that you used to do. Now you are doing the filing in the system, so you become system administrator. Yeah. Before I used to do reports which were not actually coming out properly. Okay. Oh yeah. I just used to do reports. Let me just say that. But nowadays, I get a chance where I can actually be helping to optimize HR systems. Before, I just used to be a user of HR systems. But now I get to a point now I can become HR systems optimizer. Meaning, I go into a system, look at it, and say, okay, with the current dealing that we have with this company, we can actually enhance this and this and this. So I still have a job. So I say that now the system that we are having will give us more space to do unimaginable things than we used to do before. So our jobs are really safe, and now they're even coming in with a lot of value, because systems make us more productive, then we demand more salaries and all that. So it is also good for us to learn these systems and be ready for the future. Right? Yes, Jedikan.
Thank you very much, Nelson. I'll allow a few comments. Let us start with Helen, then Jared. What do you think of today's discussion, Helen?
Hi.
Hi.
Well, it was not really a discussion, but but it's a simple way of monitoring learning and development. So it was done well.
All right. You will encourage human resource practitioners to embrace technology. All right, Jared, what do you think?
Technology is good.
Thank you, Jelican, and thank you, Nelson. Sorry, Jelican, when you called my name, when there was a question to be answered, I think technology which we are learning today messed me up. All of a sudden, my network went blank. So generally, what I wanted to share with the participants on the Kirkpatrick model was simply that it's a model that really measures training results against stakeholder expectations. I think Nelson had gone ahead and really explains the 4 areas. That's the reaction, learning, behavior, and results. However, I thank Nelson very much for empowering us with this knowledge, and it's going to make a great impact on our lives as we continue managing human resources. Thank you, Jelican, and thank you, Nelson, and thank you, everybody else.
Very good. Mutinda Grace, you have something to say?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nelson and team. I appreciate so much the training. It has really motivated me to look into these human resource information systems and really package myself for the future. May God bless